All right, hello IBCA. We are going to I'm going to do the assignments that we worked in class on Monday on the 21st with you guys right now. First, what I want to do is show y'all real quick how to make sure you have a login for the HeSwim site. If your parent is logged in, it looks kind of like this. If they click on profile up here, you see all of the information about your family. If they do this, they're going to have to confirm their password again, just so you know. But if you come down here to a child's name, like I have Zara right here, she has I put her email address here, so then I can stick a password here. If I do that, that makes her a login, and that's all you have to do. So she could actually log in with this. Like Bryn does not have an email, so she also doesn't have a password, and she cannot log on. But Zara can log on her own using this email. All your parent has to do is put an email address under your name and some password, and that's your ticket onto the HeSwim forum. That's it. Very easy. After they do it, they're going to have to click this button, update. And that's done. So now you can log in when we're in class or whatever, and then you can have access to the forum. So when you get on the forum, there's all these links over here on the left. You just click on forum. It takes you to these general things here. We're under classes. This is all the classes that my kids or I are registered with. So IBCA computer class, this one right here. So, and here's project 1, 3, and 2. I'm not sure why they are out of order. I guess this was the last one that was somebody posted about. I'm going to start with project 1 that we did in class. The instructions are right here. And so this is what we're going to do one at a time. And the attachments are not really obvious, but each of them are like this little link right here. So I'm going to click on it. For me, it opened this right here. Yours may just open automatically. Looks like it's downloading. I'm going to tell it open when done. I'm going to hit enable editing, remember right here. That allows us to actually make changes to it. Let me get rid of my navigation bar over here. Okay, mine is in a view that shows both pages at the same time. I might just leave it like this. Yours will probably look like that, or maybe like this. Anyway, I like seeing multiple pages at one time. That's me. You can do it however you want to do it. The view, don't forget the view button right here doesn't really change anything about the document. It just changes the way that you see it. On a certification test, it would say change the view to web layout or something before you close it out, and that'll be if you don't do it correctly, that would maybe be a mark off. But all it would entail is going to view and then telling it may want it zoomed at a certain amount. You can change that here. Okay, so what we're going to do is get right to work on the tasks, so this won't be too long of a video. So sort the table by division in ascending order. That's our very first thing we're going to do. So here's our table down here. I'm going to click on this little crosshairs thing right here, and it will select the entire table. We're going to sort it ascending. So under table tools, this thing right here at the top. I never choose the right one first. I don't know what my problem is. Okay, it's under layout. So under layout, this button sort right here, click it. You could sort this by any of the 3 of these headings: division, levels, or days of the week. It said to do it by division, and it said to do it by ascending. So that means it will go from lowest in alphabetical order to highest in alphabetical order. There's some different stuff you can do here. The test doesn't usually get too difficult in this area. It's usually something kind of basic. My list has a header row or no header row. What that's trying to figure out is if the very first row is headings, or if that's information that needs to be alphabetized. So in our case, it does not need to be alphabetized. So we're telling it, yes, it has a header row. So don't fool with that, because you don't want your header somewhere down where it's alphabetized. That just doesn't make any sense. So hit OK. And now we have co-ed Division A, co-ed Division B, Division A, Division B. They're in order from, like they're actually in the correct order now with this little sort button instead of us having to move stuff around. All right, so check. Task 1 is done. Check. Make the headings of the division table repeat onto the second page. We had some trouble with this one actually cooperating. I'm going to keep my table highlighted like this. And the only thing you have to click here is repeat header rows. So for some reason, it is wanting it to, it's moving it to a different, all onto the same page, which is fine. That's not what this one is supposed to do. It is supposed to take these headings here, division, levels, and days of the week. Let me hit Control Z. And it should have a row here, like adding it onto it. I had to create this document from scratch. And so there's something that in the way that I made it that just kind of didn't cooperate quite like the one that the test originally had. So anyway, just so that you know that this little key is right here, what it would normally do is put division, levels, and days of the week also right here, so that if you have a really long document, especially with like a spreadsheet or something, you won't have to go all 5 pages back to see what that column heading is. Especially numbers. Numbers can be very confusing if it's like dollars or age or grade or whatever. It can be. It's nice to know what you're talking, what the header of the column is. So anyway, repeat header rows, and it moved my whole thing onto one page. So it is what it is for this. Okay, let's move to the next one. So task. Task 1, task 2, task 3. On page 2, create a table from the text Ontario to Oshawa. Create the table that is separated by tabs and spreads across the width of the window. So here's the information, Ontario to Oshawa. We're going to grab all this. Do not, when you're highlighting this, don't highlight like past Oshawa. See how there's like a space right here? Don't do that. Just go to right at the end of the A. We are going to convert this to text. So, I'm sorry, convert it to a table. So we're going to go to Insert. Anytime you're fooling with tables, it's usually under Insert. So go to Insert, Table, and right here, Convert Text to Table. Now, it's going to default to the amount you think it needs. 10 is ridiculous. We're going to change it to 3. It didn't say to do that in the directions. And on a test, it probably will default to the correct amount unless it specifically tells you the amount of columns. And then we want to auto fit to window because our instructions here said across the width of the window. So let's do it like that. Auto fit to window. We're going to do 3 columns. We're separating it by tabs. So in this information right here, what we're telling it to do is that every cell where you hit tab will make it a new, that'll make it a new cell for it. Ta-da. Easy peasy. Okay, let's see. Number 4. On page 2, to the right of the Places to Play heading, insert a footnote that says, we will be adding more locations soon, with an exclamation point. Like I told y'all in class Monday, it cannot have any typos. So when you type this, it needs to be exactly like they said here. If it has a capital W, it has to be a capital W. If it ends in an exclamation point, it has to have that. So we will be adding more locations soon as a footnote to Places to Play. Where's that? So Places to Play right here. Footnotes are under References. Insert a footnote. It goes right here. We will be... I have no short-term memory anymore, just so y'all know. We will be adding more locations soon. Okay. We will be adding more locations soon. Okay. Don't put a space after that exclamation point. that could mark off a point, okay, because it's only looking for this information. Don't include the quotation marks either. So even though it had quotation marks on it, don't put those, because what it's inside the quotation marks is what they're telling you to put, not the quotations itself. Okay, let's check our next one. Under the heading Our Motto, add a closed chevron process diagram. Let's just do that part first, and then I'll worry about this. Make friends, play safe, have fun. So under the heading Our Motto, add a closed chevron process diagram. So our motto, so right underneath here, we are going to insert smart art for a diagram that's usually under smart art. Now, it gave us a hint by saying closed chevron process diagram. The word process tells us we probably can narrow it down to just this. Every one of them are listed here. So it's in here. The closed chevron process diagram is listed right here, but it would take a while to find it. So if we narrow it down to just the process ones, it's a lot smaller. So all you have to do is now hover over each of these. This one's called alternating flow. This one's increasing arrows process. Closed chevron process is this one right here. So we're going to click that and hit OK. Now, I'm going to close this real quick so you can see. You can type in each of these boxes by clicking in it. It's not the most efficient way to do it, though, because you can sometimes drag things around and mess things up and then end up with some marks off. So click on this arrow on the side, and then you can put all of your information in right here. The information said, make friends, play safe, have fun. And if you notice, it has a capital M, but not a capital F, capital P, but not S, capital H, but not F here. So make friends, play safe, have fun. If I can remember that. Make friends, play safe, have fun. So we want make friends, play safe. Oh, I hit enter. Don't do that. Backspace. Good. Have fun. Okay. So that's their motto, looks like. And you can exit out right here, and then you have it. You don't want to fool with anything else on here, but you can't, like, just in your own personal life, you can't. Like, you can, if you're for your own stuff, you can, like, make it look cuter with all kinds of tools up here, however you want to do it. But for the sake of a test, unless it tells you to change any of this other stuff, don't do it. But for your own personal stuff, you can make them look a lot better than this default. The default's kind of ugly, I think. So add the text hockey to the subject property of the document. Remember, anytime you see the word property, you want to hit file. This is your backstage view, and here are your properties right here. So you can, subject did not show up on these basic ones right here, and so you may think you've clicked the wrong thing. You have not. Click show all properties right here, and it expands it. And then subject is right here. It said to add hockey. Remember, it had a capital H. Don't put a space. Don't do that. It needs to look like this. Okay, and then we can close it. So now the subject on this is hockey. And let's look, I think there's one more. Display the tab formatting symbols in a document. Display is also here in the backstage view. This is probably one of the hardest ones. I think people, it's not hard to do. I just think people don't really know where to look when you tell them to display something. It's in the back, because I'll tell you what my reaction to do it is to go to view and start looking all around in here. This is not where we're going to find it. It's in the backstage view. Way down here, there's this thing called options at the bottom. Click it. Then display right here, and we're going to tell it that we want the paragraph marks. Nope, not paragraph marks. It said tab characters. And that's all you have to do. And then okay. And then anytime there's a tab, a little, see there's one right here, the little arrow would pop up. On some, you'd see a bunch of them all over the place, but not on this one. And that is it for project 1. Okay. So I'm going to move, so for on your own, like computer, you can hit file, save as. I've been saving mine into IBCA. What is this? Adult Safe Hockey League or something like that. I'm going to call it ASHL Edited and save it. Okay. So I can actually close that one. I'm not going to close it just yet. I'm just going to go to the next project. Let's go back to the forum. And let's go to project 2 right here. All right. We need to open daysoftheweek.docs. So I'm going to click this. Yours might open automatically. Mine says opening when complete. Looks like it will. All right, enable editing. So here's this document. I'm going to close my navigation bar. Once again, you can change your view if you want to, but I like mine like this. Where's our directions? Right here. Apply a box border to the document with a width of 3 points and a color of blue, accent 5. This one's easy. Under design, page border, box is right here. 3 point, I think is what it said. Whole document, yeah. Where is it? Okay, color right here. Here, you hover over each color to see what it's called. This one right up here is called blue accent 5. Hit OK. And you can see it's on the whole document. Okay, number 2. Arrange the text beneath Moaning About Mondays heading so that it wraps to the left of the photo. Okay, this is under a wrap text option right here. We have this picture here. We want this text all on the left of this photo. So under Picture Tools and Format right here, go to Wrap Text, and you can actually choose several different ones of these. We're going to go, I think you can actually choose Square, Tight, or Through. I believe it's any of those 3. I'm going to go with Square, and you just got to pull your picture over here to the right. If you get it like not far enough, see how the words start going to the right? We want it where all the words are on the left, like this. Close enough. Bookmark the heading Moaning About Mondays and name the bookmark Mondays. Bookmarks are awesome for a very, very long document because you can like click around and find what you want pretty easily without having to scroll everywhere. So we're going to create a bookmark. Bookmark the heading Moaning About Mondays and name bookmark Mondays. Okay. So Moaning About Mondays is right here. I'm going to select my whole, this picture keeps wanting to grab that, and you can actually have that in there, I'm pretty sure. Or you can just highlight this whole thing. And the bookmark is under, I think, Insert, Bookmark right here. And we're going to name this bookmark Mondays. And when you add it, you don't see anything really happen. But if you go to your bookmarks and tell it you want to go to Mondays, it'll bring you there. In this document, it's really silly to have it because it's such a short document. But in long ones, this helps. Works very similar to the table of contents that we've already done. Whoops. Okay, on the first page in the footer, hyperlink the web address socialstudiesforkids.com. Okay, this one was, this is actually a footnote and not a footer. I think this one was written kind of funny. I just went ahead and stuck with the same way that they did it, but what they're wanting to do is like edit this hyperlink so that it's not this. It's www.socialstudiesforkids.com. And then hit OK. And now it's edited to look correct. Let me see what it says. Yes, and it's even, hold on, let me check again. Yeah, text to display and the address. Okay, good. So it changed the text to display and it changed the, this one, I really don't think they're going to have one that's like questionable like this on there, but I would actually change my text to display to look like this so that it's exactly what it said, www.socialstudiesforkids.com. It didn't say to have the HTTP and stuff on there. All right. To the right of the From the Book, Facts About the Days of the Week heading, insert a copyright symbol. So right here, we're going to insert a copyright symbol. 2 different ways to do this. Control-Alt-C will give you a copyright symbol. I'd like y'all to learn that. It's really... Control-Alt-R does... Control-Alt and T makes makes TM. So Control-Alt-R does not seem to be working for me for either of my computers. I don't know if they got rid of that one or what. That one used to be a hotkey for registered trademark. But this is the second computer I've tried that on and that did not work. So I'm thinking maybe they got rid of it. But under symbol right here, so you can either do it this way or under symbol up here on the right, you can choose the copyright mark right here. Either way. Control-Alt-C is my preferred method. To the right of the... Oh, here, I did that. Remove formatting from the heading Facts About Saturday and Sunday. So, on this one. Facts About Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to highlight it. I think you might could do it without highlighting it. You might could just sort of have your cursor in here. I'm going to go to Home. And then this little eraser with an A behind it is called Clear All Formatting. Just click it. That's it. Okay. And I think that is it for this project 2. Project 3 is... We're just doing one thing on it right now. Go ahead and have it downloaded because we're going to do some more with it, I think, on Monday. But for Project 3, you'll see that there's no instructions, but there's 2 documents. I want to download funfacts.doc, but I really don't want to open it. It's probably going to be in my downloads. And then I'm going to click on this one. I actually want the Navajo Indians to open. Only one thing we're doing here. The instructions really need to say, I might need to go ahead and edit this while I'm on the computer with y'all, but fun facts about the Navajo Indians. The only thing that we're doing here is inserting a text from file. So if your directions say insert text from file, use the file name funfacts.doc or whatever. People will look forever on this, like where to find it, because this one's not obvious, I don't think. It's easy to do, it's just not obvious where to find it. So insert object right here, click the arrow, and you want text from file. I've had students look for like 20 minutes for this and cannot find it because they just don't remember it. I don't want that to happen to y'all. I want you to remember that to insert text from a file is under object. So under my, it probably went, oh no it didn't, it came to this, well, it's under my downloads. If you do not see it on yours, you may have to kind of look around in here to see where it downloaded it to. A lot of times it's under your downloads file. So fun facts, I'm going to click on this and hit insert. And there's the information from, and actually this is kind of cute. View my, I think my, if I look at my backstage view, I'm guessing that my view, yeah, the tab characters is still lit up right there. I'm going to undo that so you don't see these arrows. Because every time I hit tab, it was showing up there. Anyway, that's all you have to do for Project 3 for now. Insert that text. And again, you can like save these into your folder. I'm not sure how to do that because I think I know how. And that is it. Let me go ahead and put, I'll edit this message now so you can see what to do here. This may not make much sense. What's it called? Insert text from, insert object, text from file. There you go. Okay. So that should be... Okay, so the directions should be on there now, actually, when y'all open this. All right, I think that's it for me. I know this is a long video. I apologize. Hope, let me know if you have any questions about it.